Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're working on stitch-cation and this is one of the motifs that we're going to be doing. For stitch-cation you have to do 4 of each of the motifs that we have, and then we have a connecting motif that then fills it in. We have more information available on our website. Just see the link in the more information of this video and you can find out to get the written instructions for all of the motifs as well as instructions for how to put everything together. So let's begin to work on this motif. You should know that the final round you should wait until all of the motifs for the entire afghan are complete before doing it. This allows you to be able to put down your motifs and arrange them and then come back and do the final border. You're going to want to make sure that you make a note on what this motif is so that you can follow the instructions afterward, because the final rounds of all the motifs, though they are done the same as far as all the stitch work, they go into different spots on the round below. So let's begin. You're going to need a size J 6mm crochet hook today, and we're going to be using Bernat Super Value yarn throughout today's tutorial. For all of the stitch-cation motifs we're going to be doing a magic ring. So we're just going to put it in front of your hand just like so, and so that the tail is in the front, and you're going to just use 2 fingers and wrap the yarn around your 2 fingers and then have them cross over top just like this. You're then going to insert your hook underneath the one string. Okay, so the one string is kind of awkward. So under the one string, grab the yarn, pull through, and then grab the yarn that is leading to the yarn ball and pull through that loop to secure. And what we're going to be doing is then we're going to be using this center as the start of your particular motif. Remember that we do have other tutorials on how to do magic rings of all different sizes available on the crochetcrowd.com. Without pulling the center ring tight, I want you to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3, and as per the instructions this counts as a double crochet one of them. We want to double crochet 15 more times into the center of this ring. Whenever you're doing this ring you want to make sure that the second string always stays inside of the stitch. So just wrap your hook, go into the center, and then just double crochet and do that for 15 times. So with that one of chaining of 3 you should total end up with a total of 16. So let's count together. So I've got 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So with that chaining of 3 that you started with you should have a total of 16 altogether. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So before pulling that center tight just go to the top of the beginning, chain 3, and do a slip stitch like so, and now take the center and pull it firm. Okay, don't go crazy with it, just pull it nice and tight, and then I want you to fasten off. So I'm going to show you how to fasten off. So we're just going to cut our yarn. Please do this every time I'm asking you to change colors within this project, and just pull it through and then just use this string and just weave it in and out of the stitches just like you see. So just in and out, and the next round what we're gonna do is that when we go into the stitch we're gonna trap that permanently into position. And just for tutorial reasons, and I would do it also with myself, this extra string at the bottom that you just pulled tight, trim it, get rid of it now, and then it will be out of your way and you don't have to worry about it later. Just like so. So let's begin to go on to the next round. Let's begin our next round, and I'm going to start a slip knot, and this is how I start my projects because I've always get concerned things are gonna fall out. So it's just my own personal preference. If you have a better way, of course you're more than welcome to use it. What I want to do at this particular point is that I want to insert to any one of the single or the double crochet. So any stitch at all, just insert into the hook, grab the straggler and the string leading to the yarn ball, pull it through that double crochet and through that loop, and that'll trap that straggler into position just like this. So what I would do for myself is that I just use both strings to pull it through. We need to chain 4. So let's chain 4. So I used the first one So I go 1 and then I just don't worry about that one anymore. 2, 3 and 4, and I want to come down and I want to go into the very next stitch that's available to me and double crochet. So when I chained 4, what that was a double crochet plus a chain 1. So every time you finish a double crochet, chain 1. Okay, and now let's come over here. This is, even though it looks like it's far apart, it's gonna pull together. So you just gotta keep going around, and you will have a total of 16 of these posts when you go all the way around. So make sure you chain 1 before doing the next one. So you're double crocheting into each stitch around followed by a chain 1 after, and please do that all the way around. So I'm coming up all the way back around and I'm chaining 1 before I'm doing my last post in there, and then before you can just join it to the next one, you have to chain 1 first and then just join to the third chain up. Don't join all the way to the top because you're gonna lose the effect. Just join up to the third one with a slip stitch and fasten off. So fasten off the way that I've already showed you. You should have a total count now of 16 of these posts going all the way around, so make sure you have that before proceeding, and I'll join you back sec. So fasten this yarn off and get your next color ready. Okay, so let's grab our next color. I started a slip knot already, and what I want to do is that I want to take this, and I haven't trimmed off my yarns, I'm just gonna leave it there for now, and I'm going to start off with the chain 1 space. So just go into any one of the chain 1 spaces, doesn't matter. I have this thing, I like to start my rounds in a different location each and every time so that you don't end up with a line of slip stitching that you can see. So that's just my own personal preference. So I'm gonna insert it into any one of the chain 1 spaces and then just fasten on. So just take both strands coming around through the loop like so, and I'm gonna let that straggler fall down, and I want to chain 1 to start, and we're going to put in 2 single crochets into the same space. Okay, and just right into the same space, just 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. And then what I want to do then for the repeat pattern is that I want to come into the next double crochet and I want to put in a single crochet into that space or into that stitch. So here's the repeat pattern, is that basically this chain 1 space is gonna always have 2 single crochets, and then the next double crochet will be a single crochet. So again, one more time, is that the chain 1 space will have 2 single crochets and then a single crochet in the double crochet. Please do that same thing all the way around. So I'm coming up all the way back around. I still have one more chain 1 space, and I'm just putting my 2 single crochets in. Now we started off in a chain space, so that means I only have 1 single crochet left in the final double crochet before attaching it to the very first single crochet like so. Let's fasten off this purple, and when we come back we're gonna start on to the next round. In round number 4, this is the only motif of the entire stitch-cation collection where you have to turn a motif backwards in order to get the effect. So you see how the leaves are kind of popping upward just like this? If you crochet this in the front side that we have been doing, what's gonna happen is that it's gonna cause a sinking in like you see here in the back. Okay, so we want the leaves to come forward and pop out forward. So in order to do that, on the project that we've been working on, we need to turn it to the wrong side like so, and then begin the stitch work. After we're done this row, we're gonna turn it back and finish it all basically on the right side. So with the round number 4, let's turn our work around and start off on the back. Okay, so now that my work is turned backwards, I'm going to start off with a slip knot using my green. You can use any colors, by the way, it's up to you. So we're just gonna attach it to any one of the single crochets. It doesn't matter which one, just go into any one that you choose. So just right into one of the stitches, and let's join on our yarn and do it the same way that I've been explaining. So just through and through. So we're going to do a beginning cluster, and it's different from a regular cluster because the beginning is basically the starting point. So we're going to chain up 4 first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a treble cluster, and this is a beginning treble cluster. So we're gonna wrap twice into the same stitch coming in. Now this straggler down here, just leave it down there and just trap it underneath into the stitch work and just pull like this. Oh. Now that you chained chained 4, we want to wrap twice. We're gonna do a treble cluster. So we're gonna wrap twice and come into the same stitch and use this straggler down on the base there to trap it underneath there, and then pull through. Pull through 2 and 2 and hold. Do not finish that stitch, please. And so we want to wrap again twice into the same stitch, pull through, pull through 2 and 2 and hold, and see how we're collecting stitches. We need a total of 4 of these. So we're going to wrap again and into the same stitch, pull through 2 and 2 and hold. So now you have 4. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 to make your beginning cluster look like this. Once your beginning cluster is done, you want to chain 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. There's always going to be a chaining of 4 separating each one of these petals that you see. So coming back down, we want you to skip over 2 stitches, skip 2 and go to the 3rd, and let's begin a regular treble cluster. So we're gonna wrap twice and into the next skip over 2, go to the 3rd and pull through 2 and 2 and hold. Okay, and wrap again, and you want to do this with a total of 4 times. And so I kind of keep count, but I don't. But what I'm primarily looking for is that except for the beginning cluster, all the other clusters should have 5 loops on the hook by the time that you have your 4 posts done in there. And how that is that the 4 posts count as one of 4, and then the starting one is your 5th. So once you have that done, pull through all of them, okay, and then chain 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So okay, let's do this one more time. So just skip over 2, go to the 3rd, so wrap and wrap, go to the 3rd, pull through 2 and 2 and hold, wrap and wrap, 2 and 2 and hold, wrap and wrap, 2 and 2 and hold, and wrap and wrap, 2 and 2 and hold. Okay, so I have my 5 loops back on my hook again, yarn over, pull through all 5 and then chain 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So because we've done it all of our stitch counts properly at this point, you're gonna want to continue the same patterning all the way around, and you should end up with perfect, and you will end up with 16 of these particular leaves going all the way around. Please do so, and I'll meet you back up in the beginning. When you get all the way back around, I'm just finalizing my last one. Chain 4 first, 2, 3, 4, and then join with the top of the beginning, where this is actually everything coming together at the top. Just attach right there with the slip stitch, and please then fasten off, and then we're gonna start the next color. We only have 2 more rounds to go, and then we're gonna carry on from that point. So now that you finish this round, it looks like that there's be indentations going away from you, that you're looking at the back side. Let's turn it around then and get back to the front side to what we started with when we were doing all of this. So let's get our next color up, and the next color is really quite simple. Let's start off with a slip knot, and we're going to then just insert to any chain 4 space. It doesn't matter which one. You should also make a note that you should actually count 16 of these petals going all the way around before you continue. If you do not have 16, you're not gonna end up with an octagon, so you're not gonna be able to attach this anywhere within your project. So let's just go into any of the chain 4 space. Let's attach on as normal, well, the way that I like to do it, and then I'm just going to use both stragglers and just chain up 3. So 1 and then 2 and 3, and I want to put 4 more double crochets into that same space. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So with the chaining of 3 that we started off with, that means that there's 5 double crochets in here. Immediately you're not gonna put any chains at this point. We just want to put 5 double crochets into each one of the spaces going all the way around. So just 5 double crochets into each of the chain 4 spaces. So there's 4 and 5. Please do that all the way around, and then we're gonna fasten off, and then it's the final round is next. So once you have all your spaces in, just simply join in the top of the beginning chain 3 and fasten off, and we're gonna get ready for the final round. We got some notes about that before we continue, and let's do that next. So let's review the final round. In the final round, what I strongly recommend in stitch-cation is that you do all of your rounds all the way up until the very last one first, and then what you want to do is then come back to your motifs, all of them for the entire afghan, and do the final round all at the same time. The reason for that is that if you want to really play around with your ideas and designs, and because there's 6 different large motifs, you may want to just strategically place them, because you might want to do all different colors. So what's going to happen is that the final round is going to make it into an octagon just like so. So the octagons are going to attach just like this, so that the flat side sides are facing each other and there's two connecting points right here. Now what's gonna happen is that these two are gonna connect here, and then we have what we call a mini connector, and the mini connector looks like this. And so what's gonna happen is that it's going to connect right into the top, right into the corner here, and into a midway point here, and then to the next point here. And we'll have pictures on this on stitch-cation. So what I'm saying to you is that when you're doing the large motifs, when they're attaching to other motifs, they're only gonna be attaching to the two corners just like so. But when you're doing the connectors, not only are they gonna do to the corners, but they're also gonna be one right into the center just like so. And these connectors are only in two spots like this. So basically we have it like this. Okay, so hopefully that makes any sense, and you'll see photos of this available on our stitch-cation as well to get a better sense of the idea. So if you're ready for the final round, let's stay tuned and let's get that done. When you're ready for the final round, we're going to start off in between two groups of 5. So see that there's a group of 5 there and a group thing. We're gonna go right into the space there. That's not really a stitch, it's just a space, and then we're going to start off by making the first corner just like so, and then we're gonna carry on. So it works out that the stitch work is perfect in the amounts of counts that you can clearly see. So basically every 2 of the red you're gonna end up with another corner, and so on. So let's begin to do that next, and we're going to start off with a slip knot like so, and let's grab up our project. So any which one you want, as long as it's in the space. Let's go in and then just wrap the yarn around and join. And we want to chain 5 to begin, and I'm gonna take the straggler too and just pull it through. So 1, okay, and 2, 3, 4, and 5. And what this is, it's 1 treble plus a chain. That's what that equals. So we're gonna treble back into that same space. So just wrap the hook twice and treble completely, and then chain 1 again, and just go back and treble one more time. So each one of the corners has 3 trebles with the chain 1 in between, just like this. So we're gonna work ourselves along, and basically right over here is the next corner. So we've got 2 red places to go before we do the next corner. So we need to get smaller with our stitches. So the first 2 are going to be 1 double crochet each. Okay, the next one is gonna be a half double crochet, so just 1 half double crochet only, and then the next 3 are going to be single crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. So we've already passed the midway point between this corner and this corner that we're coming up to. So the next one is a half double, so we're gonna get bigger again, and then the next 2 final ones are a double crochet each, and we're ready for another corner. So what I want to do, we want to come right into the space, and so we're gonna wrap twice. We're gonna do 1 treble and chain 1. So here's what I want to do, is that I want to grab the other one and get it ready for me, because we've decided that we're going to join, and I'm gonna join it right here so that it's basically done and over with. So I'm gonna treble one more time in, so this is the middle of the 3 trebles, and what I want to do is that at this point I want to just drop my hook over here, and I want to go into the adjacent one that I want to join. So looking at them both from the top point of view and coming down into the middle one of the 3 that you see here, and pull that yarn through just like so. And so now that's going to join, and then I want to chain 1 so it locks it, and then do the final treble into this one that I've been working with. So with the large motifs, I would attach them to the large motifs only, and then the small connectors that we have here, I would do the connectors later, and then you can just attach it at all the appropriate spots. So let's carry on. We're going to then get more smaller again. We're gonna work now from this corner to this corner, and this corner will be a join again, so that we're gonna start off with 2 double crochets in a row. So 1 and 2, so 1 into each, a half double into the next. So you've already known this. The next 3 are going to be a single crochet each. Okay, and then we're gonna get bigger again, so it's a half double, and the next 2 are 1 double crochet each. Okay, so let's do our next corner. So we're gonna wrap twice to do our first treble, chain 1, wrap twice, do the next treble, and this time once you're at the top drop the hook, come back to the other side, making sure that it's the same. They're both facing up and it's the right corner that you want to go into. So you want to come into the top of this one, the middle one on the other side, pull that through, chain 1 to lock it, okay, and then come back and do the next treble, which is your final treble for the corner. So at this point these two are now officially connected to each other, and you just carry on the same instruction going all the way around. So to do that you're just gonna start again. So the next two are going to be 1 double each, okay, a half double into the next, okay, the next 3 are singles. We're gonna get bigger again, so the next one is a half, and then 2 doubles are going to finish this off, and we're back into that space again. So to do the regular corner without attaching is just 1 treble, chain 1, okay, another treble, and this is where we attached it if we were going to. So if you have another one you want to attach to at the same time, this is where you're gonna do it. Attach it if you must. If not, just chain 1 and then treble again into the same one. Okay, so when you're doing these for the very first time, one of these has to be completely done in order to do the attaching, but once you get the first one done all the rest come in line. So just again you just start up again, just 1 double, sorry 2 doubles in a row, a half, okay, 3 singles in a row, okay, and then we're gonna get bigger again, so it's a half and 2 doubles next, and then the next corner again it's a treble, chain 1, treble, chain 1 and treble. So continue to do that all the way around. So I'm coming all the way back around to where I started, and I want to just put in my 3 singles just like I had been doing all along, just to kind of finalize it off. The next one is a half, and then the final 2 are just 1 double crochet each. And then all we're just going to do then at this point is just join it to the very top of the beginning treble, but not to the very top. We should chain to the top to the 4th one up, just like so. Okay, and then basically you want to fasten off, and now you're ready to attach it to everything else that you have. So you can move on to the next motif for stitch-cation, and then at this point what you can see is that you have 2 that are attached, but if you're ever just doing one by itself, then basically you can, this is how you finish off one if you are needing it to not be attached to anything. Till next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. We'll see you.